It sounds weird. I'm gonna sing, and I have a solo too. Yeah, but I don't know if you're doing it together. You did. You have to sing. Wait, don't you have a solo? Don't touch me. I'm gonna sing what I want here, okay? You're not gonna sing whatever you want. You're gonna sing.
She's gonna sing whatever she wants.
Where we are.
This is a miracle.
Be quiet. Thank you. That's fine. Stay. Now.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. And welcome to Adif Emmanuel on this first Shabbat of the month of November. So that means that we welcome to our Bima, our Habonim children's choir, who will be leading us in the music. But that doesn't mean we just sit and watch them. That means they lead us and we join in with them. And it's also the first Friday at which we invite people who are celebrating special events such as birthdays or anniversaries or special life cycle event, maybe like a B'nai Mitzvah, to come to the Bima a little later on for our blessings for those special life events in November. And it's Shabbat. So if you're joining us through the blessing of technology, feel free to say Shabbat Shalom in the chat and tell us where it is you're joining us this evening. We are going to begin our service in song, and if you want to follow along in your Siddur, in your prayer book, we're on page 642. The song is Am Yisrael Chai, but we're going to add a little Ameh.
So let's all try that.
Ameh.
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 Am Israel High.
We turn now to the lighting and blessing of our Shabbat candles, which you can follow along on pages 120 and 121 in your prayer books. And it's my pleasure to call up the Ortman family to lead us in the lighting and blessing.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
We turn now to page 123, as we continue with our Kiddush. No, you should do the blessing first. You sit here.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pari hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinhilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom tehila lemikra kodesh zeher litzion mitzrayim kivanu harta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim ve'shabbat kodsheha be'ahava uvratzon hinhaltanu baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat. Amen.
As we continue now with our parents' blessing of our children, we turn to page 603 in the Siddur, and that's in the brackets. And so in our family, sometimes parents put their hands on the shoulders or on the heads of their children, and if you're not here with your children or your grandchildren, you can, I think of the whole community of Bnei Yisrael, the Israelites, right? The children of Israel, who was originally Jacob, and we can offer this blessing to one another, the last blessing in the middle of the page. Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God bless you and keep you. May God's light shine upon you, and may God be gracious to you. May you feel God's presence within you always, and may you find peace. And let us all say, Amen. Sometimes in our family, this is where we give the Shabbat kiss or hug, or both. As we turn now, welcoming in Shabbat with the singing of Lecha Dodi, we welcome back our Habonim Children's Choir singers as we turn in our prayer books to page 138 in our Siddur.
Sabbath bride.
And while we're standing, we take a moment to turn to someone, perhaps not the person next to us, if we already know that person, somebody in front of us, behind us, introduce ourselves to one another, and greet one another, Shabbat Shalom. And if you're joining us through the blessing of technology, I invite you to say Shabbat Shalom in the chat and share where you're joining us this evening.
You can ask Ada. I like your shoes. You're stylish. I was not that stylish. I don't know you, but you have glasses. I stand up. Banana.
As we turn now in our Siddur, well, actually in our service, to our song cards, you might have a yellow one, you might have a blue one. We're going to continue with Baruch Hu, Am I Awake? And a little further down on the side that says Shabbat Song Sheet, we see Shema by Josh Nelson, and we continue with words of Shema. we turn to page 268. 268 in the brackets as we continue with Ve'ahavta.
Let's try that again. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadarim ha'ele asher Anochi misavecha hayom al levavecha ve'shinata levanecha v'dibarta bam ve'shivtecha b'beitecha u'vlektecha v'aderet u'shofecha u'pumecha u'kshartam leot al yadecha ve'hayu litotafot b'einecha u'ktavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'bisharecha למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם אלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
We turn now to our Song of Freedom, also our Song of Miracles on page 270, 270, Mi Chamocha.
Baruch atah Adonai mechayeh hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh u'kidoshim b'kol yom yalelucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh.
We continue on page 281 as we join responsively. For the good in us, which calls us to a better life, we give thanks. For the strength to improve the world with our hearts and our hands, we offer praise. For the desire in us, which leads us to work for peace, we are grateful. For life and nature, harmony and beauty, for the hope of tomorrow, all praise to the source of being. For all these things, O Sovereign, let your name be forever praised and blessed. O God, our Redeemer and Helper, let all who live affirm you and praise your name in truth. Blessed are you, Adonai. Your name is goodness, and you are worthy of thanksgiving. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulecha na'eh lehodot. We continue now our prayer silently as we reflect perhaps on the pages of our Siddur through page 285 or other prayers throughout the prayer book, for those meditations and thoughts in our hearts. We turn our thoughts and prayers now to those who are in need of healing, and so we turn in our prayer books to page 371, page 371 in the middle of the page. And as we're thinking of those who are in need of healing, whether it's a healing of the mind or the body or the spirit, we invite those of you who are watching through the blessing of technology, if you are thinking of someone and want to send our prayers out to them, feel free to add their names to the chat. In our extended Erev Emmanuel family, we send our blessings of healing to Jill Cullen, David Ebb, Nora Otis, Shirley Srolovitz, Elaine Stein, Ethan Cheskis, Cindy Rosenberg, Moshe Ben Chenoch V'Shoshana, Corinne Fowler, Iris Nadell, Mary Lou Salvador, Natalie Polios, Harry Kushner, Barbara Savage, Chris Cheney, Alice Oppenheimer, Stuart Ettinger, Philip Lutz, Jerry Dreskin, Yochanan Ben Yehudit, Richard Foley, Merrill Green, Joe Wright, Libby Barsky, Carol Levine, Judy Winogren, Bob Epifano, Malcolm Fletcher, Ellen Bertuglia, Mindy Fisher, Kayla Chana Bat Adan Leib Umasalea, Marlene Gratchner, Harry Greenberg, Nick Baud, Deb Nielsen, Moshe Ben Elizabeth Theodore, Jennifer Ness, Harriet Eisner, Carla Teisch, Chaim Ben David, Hugh Morton, Art Bond, Roberta Levine, Jordan Steinberg, Jeff Schaefer, Michael Infanti, Gary Garnick, Rick Ulrich, Ileana Cohn. And if you're here in the congregation in person and are thinking of someone whose name you would like to mention aloud as we offer blessings of healing, feel free as you're able to rise and say those names aloud as my hand passes through the congregation. Baruch atah Adonai, Rofei HaCholim. We turn our hearts and our prayers now to those in the East as we think of Israel and our brothers and sisters and our siblings there. And we offer this prayer for Israel and all those in the region. This is written by a rabbinical student, HUCJR rabbinical student Hannah Ellison. Eloheinu v'Elohei Emotenu Avotenu, our God and God of our ancestors, we ask your blessing for the state of Israel and for all Israel's inhabitants. Mekor Chaim, source of life, bless and strengthen those who defend the land and ensure their safe and speedy return home. Protect them and guide them. Kadosh Baruch Hu, holy and blessed one, show Israel's leaders your path so they may act with wisdom, courage, and dedication, that they may be unwavering in their pursuit of peace. Strengthen their hearts, but keep them from hardening. Matir Asurim, freer of the captives, return all those who are kidnapped safe and sound to their homes, without the spilling of more innocent blood, without any more souls being tarnished by horrific acts. Ba'al harachamim, master of compassion, help us hold the humanity and the heartache of the Jewish people while also holding the humanity and the dignity of those other people, such as the Palestinian people and those in Lebanon. As we are made in your image, remind us of your ways. Spread over us your shelter of peace and fulfill the vision of your prophets. They shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not take up sword against nation. They shall never again know war. And together we say, Amen. And on this first Friday of November, it's my pleasure to invite to the Bima those who are celebrating a birthday during this month, anniversary during this month, or other special life event. Come on up to the Bima. If you're joining us through technology and you are able to, I would invite you as well to stand in your place. And as we're able, we rise in body and spirit. Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, God of our ancestors, God of our days and years, author of life, our times are in your hand. We thank you for the blessing of life and for all that enriches our lives. We gather today in special thankfulness to share in the happiness of those celebrating their birthdays, their anniversaries, their special life events during this month of November. God, be with them always as the joy of their lives. May they be blessed with health and happiness and with the strength to overcome sickness and sorrow. May they have the joy of coming together for many more years, united by mutual reverence and love. May these milestone events remind us that as we may count the days in our lives, a person of wisdom makes every day count. And so, God, we join together in our prayer of gratitude, the Shechianu. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. And you may be seated.
Youth choir.
That some of our students in the choir have already taken their seat on the bima, but if you're here, it's also your turn to come and sit on the bima. So if you want to come, you've not become yet B'nai Mitzvah, or I don't limit that. It's whoever chooses what age you are. We invite our children of all ages to come and sit on the bima. Oh, that's the spirit. You do not need to be a member to sit on our stairs. So here's a question. We're in the Torah portion. Noah, and Noah's Ark. Want to sit on the bema? You can. You're Noah? Okay. So you may not remember because it was such a long time ago. But where did Noah keep the bees during those 40 days and 40 nights of the flood? He doesn't remember. It was so long ago. It was in the archives. So, the flood came because God wasn't so happy with the world. God had created the world and created human beings, and God really thought that the human beings were going to be great partners with God and be kind and loving and creative. But God made human beings with a choice, and so sometimes human beings could choose meanness over kindness, or hate over love, or destruction over creativity in creating. So God decided, that's it, I'm getting rid of the world. I'm going to wipe it out Wait, there's this one guy. His name is Noah. Noah is a righteous person, and for Noah's sake, I'm going to save the entire world. But I need to start with new people. Only Noah and Noah's family. And so, of course, God gave Noah the directions to build the ark. And Noah built the ark and followed the directions and brought all the animals onto the ark. And then Noah thought that he had finished the mission, and it was only just beginning, because as soon as the door shut and the rain started coming, one of his sons runs up to him and he says, "Father, come quick! You've got to come. The lion is about to eat the sheep for lunch." Oh, so Noah ran over to where the lions were and said, "Stop!" Sure enough, the lion was getting ready to eat the sheep. And Noah said, "Please do not eat that sheep." And the lion said, "But I'm a lion, I'm a carnivore, and it's lunchtime, and I'm hungry, and I always have a sheep for lunch every day." And Noah said, "Not today. Please, God asked me to save 2 of every animal. If you eat the sheep, even just one of them, there will be no sheep left on earth. I'm going to ask you that for the sake of this journey, you refrain from eating the sheep." "Well, what am I going to have for lunch?" "Well, why not straw?" Ugh, who likes straw? Come on, just for the journey. And so the lion agreed to eat the straw for lunch. And Noah promised the lion that in return, when they came off of the ark, Noah will tell the whole world what strength the lion has and how everyone should admire the lion. And the lion will be known as the king of beasts. Whew, that one task was fulfilled. But just then the other son came up and he said, "Dad, come quick, it's the elephants. You know what they're doing? They are playing tag on the ark, and the ark is going to capsize because the elephants are playing tag." So Noah said, Stop playing tag." And the elephant said, "But we're playful. It's our nature. Why can't we play tag?" And Noah explained that the ark would capsize, and that just for the journey, if they could refrain from that one thing of being too playful not to capsize the ark for everyone. And the elephant said, "Fine." And Noah said, "In return, I will tell the whole world how strong the elephant is and how wise the elephant is." And the elephants, they refrained from playing for the rest of the journey. But then before you knew it, it was the monkeys, the playful monkeys, but they were stealing. And Noah said, "You've got to stop stealing." And the monkeys were saying, "But it's fun. It's a game. We don't really mean harm by it. And it's in our nature. It's just what we do." And Noah said, "Look, monkeys, if you are stealing from each other, we're going to lose a sense of trust here. And we're going to be at one another just until we reach dry land. Can you just refrain from doing that one thing?" And sure enough, the monkey said, Noah, for you we will refrain from stealing. And then, of course, there were the pigs. The pigs made a mess. And it was spreading everywhere. And so Noah said to the pigs, can you try to be a little bit neater? Maybe just I want to teach you how to be courteous. Do you know what courteous means? Yeah, so courteous is being considerate of others, making sure your schmutz doesn't get all over the place. And they said, but we're pigs. It's against our nature to be clean. But okay, for you, Noah, we will be courteous pigs. And so they were. And it happened for every animal. So what did Noah need to teach the lion? Not to eat the other animals. Had to teach the elephants not to be too playful. Had to teach the monkeys not to. Had to teach the pigs courtesy. And then there were the mosquitoes, which Noah had to teach them to respect other people's privacy and not be so annoying and biting. And then Noah had to teach the rooster not to wake everybody up so early. And of course the bats not to scare everyone at night. And so it was that Noah had to teach each and every animal to do something that was against their nature. But for the sake of the journey, they could give up that one thing. The hardest one it was for Noah to teach was the human being. Because each animal was an animal and it had something that was in its nature. And an animal can only be an animal. But a human being is more than an animal. And a human being has the capability of hurting and killing and stealing and not being courteous. But a human being also has the capability of being more than human, to be kind and loving and caring, just like God. And that was the lesson that Noah learned on the ark and then spread to all humanity when he came off. The end. And so we turn now in our prayer books to page 587. 587 for Let Us Adore Aleinu. As we're able, we rise in body and spirit.
Let us adore the ever-living God and render praise unto God, who spread out the heavens and established the earth, and whose glory is revealed in the heavens above, and whose greatness is manifest throughout the world. Adonai is our God, there is none else. Vanachnu korim, umishtakavim umodim, livnei melech malkei hamlakim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, v'nemar v'hayodonai, v'melech al kol haaretz, bayom ha'u, Adonai echad, u'shemo echad.
May be seated.
With your
We turn our thoughts now to those who are no longer with us. And so we turn in our prayer books to pages 598 and 599 as we think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us. During this period of Shiva and Shloshim, we remember Howard Miller, partner of Jody Starbecker, who is Stan Kranz's niece, Sidney Gross, father of Chuck Gross and Deborah Epstein, grandfather of William and Leah, as well as those who died at the season in years past, whose yahrzeits we observe on the Shabbat. Susanna Boudet, Norman Friedman, Henry A. Gash, Ilyana Glogauer, Rebecca Greenberg, Harry Kaysen, Jane Kernish, Jack Lewis, Albert Knappen, Bernard Richmond, Sadie Rosenthal, Celia Rudolph, Joseph Wright. And if you're joining us through the blessing of technology and you're thinking of loved ones who are no longer with us, please feel free to add those names in the chat at this time. If you're here in the sanctuary and have other names to add at this time, I would invite you, as you're able, to rise and say those names aloud. Zichronam livracha. May their memories be for blessing as we invite those who are in the period of Shiva or Shloshim to rise as you're able at this time, as well as those who are in the first year of mourning. Those who have come here tonight to recite Kaddish for a yahrzeit to rise at this time. And may the memories of your loved ones be a blessing as we rise now as one congregation, as we're able, offering comfort and strength, continuing with the words of Mourner's Kaddish. Yit gadal v'yit kadash shemei rabbah, be'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shemei rabbah mevarach le'olam omei omaya. Yit barach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei dekudasha b'riachu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tush b'chata v'nechemata. T'amiran b'yalma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'yimru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn, and comfort to all who are bereaved, and let us say, amen. May be seated. And it's my pleasure to call to the Bima our synagogue president, Doug Richter, to share with us some hodaot, some announcements.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight, in person and online, for our new member Shabbat service. Thank you, Rabbi, Cantor Sandy, our youth choir, and Lucas for making tonight's service so special. And thank you to Judy and Robin for being greeters tonight. Mazel tov to the Ortman family on the occasion of Lucy's bat mitzvah tomorrow evening, right after Torah Talk and Bagels at 8:45 and Simply Shabbat at 10 a.m. Lucy's bat mitzvah will be at 5 p.m. And on Sunday at 2 o'clock, Sisterhood has their membership appreciation event. And I invite everybody to please join us after services conclude in the social hall for Oneg Shabbat. And that's it.
Also a reminder, I've always appreciated when my synagogue reminds me that this is the weekend in which we fall behind. We get an extra hour sleep, so let's all enjoy that. And it makes us, for those of us who have to come early on Sunday morning for religious school, get a little more sleep. So we are concluding this service this evening with a very thematic song. It's not in your Siddur. Rise and shine.
We're going to guess that some of you know this, but just in case you don't, please repeat after me. Rise and shine. Oh, well, there we go. We know it. So we're going to support the choir. We're going to join in. Excellent.
Please join me in Motzi. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'te'avon and Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.